Part 4. Introduction. The Amazon forest is not only a vital ecological system, but also a region with deep cultural significance. Home to over 400 indigenous groups, the Amazon forest has played a crucial role in shaping the cultural identity and history of the people who live there. In this article, we will explore the cultural significance of the Amazon forest in depth, including the history of indigenous peoples in the region, the cultural practices and traditions that have emerged in the region, and the contemporary challenges and opportunities facing indigenous communities in the Amazon. History of indigenous peoples in the Amazon forest. The Amazon forest has been home to indigenous peoples for thousands of years. Archaeological evidence suggests that human settlement in the region dates back at least 12,000 years, and indigenous groups have lived in the region continuously ever since. These indigenous groups have developed sophisticated systems of knowledge and resource management, allowing them to thrive in the challenging and diverse environment of the Amazon forest. The arrival of European colonizers in the 16th century brought significant changes to the region, including the introduction of new diseases, the forced relocation of indigenous peoples, and the exploitation of natural resources. Despite these challenges, many indigenous groups in the Amazon forest have persevered, adapting their cultural practices and traditions to the changing times. Cultural practices and traditions in the Amazon forest. The Amazon forest is a region of great cultural diversity, with over 400 distinct indigenous groups speaking more than 200 different languages. These groups have developed a wide range of cultural practices and traditions, many of which are closely tied to the natural environment. One of the most important cultural practices in the Amazon forest is the use of medicinal plants. Indigenous groups in the region have developed an extensive knowledge of the medicinal properties of the plants in the forest, using them to treat a wide range of ailments and illnesses. This knowledge has been passed down through generations, and continues to be an important part of indigenous culture in the Amazon forest. Another important cultural practice in the Amazon forest is the use of natural resources for food and shelter. Indigenous groups in the region have developed sophisticated systems of resource management, allowing them to live sustainably in the forest without causing significant damage to the environment. This includes practices such as agroforestry, the cultivation of crops in the forest, and the use of non-timber forest products such as fruits and nuts. Contemporary challenges and opportunities for indigenous communities in the Amazon forest. Despite the resilience of indigenous cultures in the Amazon forest, contemporary challenges are putting significant pressure on these communities. One of the most significant challenges is the continued deforestation of the region, which is leading to the loss of important habitat for both plant and animal species and the displacement of indigenous communities. Additionally, many indigenous communities in the Amazon forest are facing significant economic and social pressures, including poverty, lack of access to education and healthcare, and discrimination. These challenges are further exacerbated by the impacts of climate change, which is causing changes to rainfall patterns and temperatures, and posing significant challenges to indigenous livelihoods and cultural practices. Despite these challenges, there are also opportunities for indigenous communities in the Amazon forest to continue to thrive and preserve their cultural heritage. One of the most important opportunities is the growing recognition of the value of indigenous knowledge and practices in environmental management and conservation. Many conservation organizations are now working closely with indigenous communities in the Amazon forest to develop conservation strategies that take into account their traditional knowledge and practices. Additionally, there is growing interest in ecotourism and other sustainable economic activities in the Amazon forest, which can provide opportunities for indigenous communities to generate income while preserving their cultural heritage and the natural environment. Conclusion. The Amazon forest is not only a vital ecological system, but also a region with deep cultural significance. Indigenous groups in the region have lived sustainably in the forest for thousands of years, developing sophisticated systems of. If you learn new things in this video, then just like the video. Hey guys, next part very interesting, see more. Please subscribe.